left. You're right. Your sister was home when you left. You're right. Your brother was home when you left. You're right. The dog was home when you left. You're right. The cat was home when you left. You're right. The fish was home when you left. You're right. Your mommy, your daddy, your brother, your sister, the dog, the cat, the fish was home when you left. You're right. And that's the reason you left. You're right.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, men and women. Welcome to Attorney Commander J.R. Galpohkpa Chesson talk show. Today is December the 18th. Confusion reigns in Liberia as time elapses and we regress to the 1980s, 1970s, 1960s. How far have we gone back? Only time can tell. I'm too old to remember. So let me put up my lesson and let's get it on. I got to take some of that memory pill or something because the way things go in Liberia, too fast for me, man. I'm getting old. All of us got to learn to sing like George Weah now. You know, our country is a nation of singers and rappers and triers and try-doers and whatever you can see out there. But don't forget, I need cash because this is where you get the message. This is where you get the truth. And above all, this is where you get to know who to blame for the killings, the stealing, the elements of corruption and evil in our country today. So, bear with me. Let me take a cup of coffee, a sip of my coffee, then we'll get in my lesson, okay? My topic today, who to blame for Liberia's doom? Coalition party, political party, CPP, and 2023 election. 3, elements of Liberia's evil turn against each other as usual. Why? Because steal from steal always makes God laugh. It's no joke. That's part of our heritage from Takmatan, okay? So let's delve into number 1 of my lesson. Who to blame for Liberia's doom? Every morning, we wake up, there's confusion in our country. If it's not in District 9, it's in Bapolu, it's in Nimba County, it's in somewhere in our country. Every morning, people dead. Unaccounted for still. The 3 missing people, they gotta be dead by now. We hear they're still in Monrovia, but where are those 3 missing people? They're part of our heritage, and we still cannot account for them. What's the issue about our auditors? What's the result from their deaths? We still haven't heard from the government. They haven't given us a sufficient enough report on the deaths of our people. What happened in our country, man? Now we go back to Babolo, where they got officials of the parties sitting on the ground, the opposition party sitting on the ground, bringing up country devils to intimidate the women. What is this? And I don't know how you can believe that country devil, that anything. You see the people, but you're in travel. So when you don't travel and you live in a place like Bapulo, where it's way in the bush, there's no civilization there. Just like in Grand G, there are all the people that throwing people, stoning people. What you expect? What you expect from these people? We in America, we know. We people in Monrovia know. You saw that country devil who slept when he was so drunk. When have you seen country driver so drunk? He goes in the middle of Monrovia and slips over his own stilts and falls to the ground from 3-story high on stilts. And lucky he didn't break his neck. Then your thing say that's still a devil in there? What kind of devil will come on earth and men will be dancing around the devil? They themselves, they're not devils. Are you people crazy? This superstitious belief will kill our people. We need modernization. We need to open our travel places so people can learn. And even Prophet Key knows enough to tell you to burn that thing down. Burn all the rags and shit on that, excuse my expression, but that Donald Trump language. When we get frustrated and get pissed off, we slip into the Trump territory. Okay? So, but you need to burn it. No voodoo in Liberia. No juju in Liberia. You can't be fooled by human beings time and time again from since Peter was a pup. And now Georgie is the president. You will still be dummies. I don't know what to say, man. And you say I shouldn't blame Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf. You say I should take Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf from in all this confusion, deception, lies, and murders going on in our country and just put it on the little idiot down here. Look at George Weah picture down here. The man is the essence of ignorance. You would take this man and make him president? Ordinary Liberians will not do that. But they listen to the mulatto queen, Ma Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf. And Ma Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf knows that she needs to be in jail for what she did to Liberian people. How she betrayed us and put her children in there after killing our fathers. You think for this woman to kill our people on false accusations of nepotism? Yes, Starbuck practice nepotism. He spread it throughout the country. So the sins of the leader is transferred, is transferred to the people. It's reflected on the people. The people's action and behavior and immoralities, where it's a reflection of the leadership of the country. What George Weah would say when he's stealing money when other people say, what you steal, what you would say? What George Weah would say when other people ripping our children, what you would say? What George Weah would say when our women are beaten and terrified by country devils and useless native traditional stupidity. What would George Weah say? He's a part of it all. You look at our tradition all the time, man. Some of the behaviors of our people under the name of tradition. Look at that video, how they hitting that woman with a casket after her husband died to kill her because of the tradition. She got to prove her innocence and be carried with the dead. So they hit that woman with that casket. She hit the wall and fell. Then they came after her a second time and laid the casket on top of her. Is that tradition? Now look at mine, yeah. How she tells us, but yeah, Cindy, wait, she tells us from small, they were denied from looking at dead bodies. That they should just forget about dead body, the dead, and go on, don't mention their name, don't say nothing again. Yes, that is culture, but not a reasonable culture, man. How you forget your loved ones? How you forget people who stand up for you and fight for you and help you to survive and teach you life? How you just forget about them and say they're dead? You call their name again, something will happen to you. That's not a civilized culture, man. That's not a civilized culture. And I know it because that's the culture I've been living under too. People tell me forget about my grandfather. My whole family forget about my grandfather. The only time they talk about Ben Freeman when they're talking about his property and fussing about it and talking about dividing it. That's the only time I ever hear my grandfather name. Poopa, 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 this, poopa, this, poopa, this. But we never celebrate my grandfather's birth, life, nor death. His own family forgot about him. And this what's going on in our country. It's a tribal thing. And this what our civilized people bring to our country. Hush people up when they kill our people. And that's the same thing, George, we are doing in Liberia. The same evil native thing that in our country. I'm the king. So say one, so say all. Any crime that comes from the sovereignty is coming with impunity. This is not democracy. This is not democracy. This is dictatorship. This is a nation ruled by criminals, by bandits, and it all stems from Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf. How can we let this woman get off the hook and put everything on the Lepole native board? How can we do that? When she set everything up and to cover herself, she crossed the party line. That's the only reason I got to punish this woman. Because you can't put the blame on George Weah. When Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf is a part of the criminal ring that's been going on in our country. She, her children, her family, George Weah, his family, all of them. Just see where our country comes to, just a family government, where people come and sleep and we just talk about it and forget about it. You know? Then people come here and say all kind of things about Prophet Key. Yeah, Prophet Key got his own ways. Yes. But that's a man to give us information too. And a lot of his information will be on point. You know? People trying to destroy our country. You know? Just lies, lies, lies. And we just go through the thing all the time. Now listen to what happened in Sino County. How the government boat, the tugboat that used to bring the ships in. And how Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf can buy only one tugboat for Liberia. When tugboat, they got the things here for sale in America for cheap. You know, but the people just steal for us, steal for us. They bring all kind of things that we should have more of we should have better quality of. So here these other useless CDC bandits using a boat to carry voters from county to county along the coast to vote for them. And that's a smart thing too, because the road is bad. You can't carry people on the road. And CPP them, they even know about all these kind of things. Prophet Key got to bring it up. Because the people say the boat sank. The boat went on a mission and something happened to it. And nobody knew about the boat. And this is what happened when the government is corrupt. This is what happened when your government is not filled with nothing but rogues and criminals. So how can Ellen Johnson escape all this kind of thing, man? She brought these people into prominence. Even if Joe Walker had taken over our country after Ellen, our country would be far better than now. Even though I ain't got too much confidence in him either. You got confidence in him. But even he had taken it over. Because our country have recircled the same people for too long, man. We need new blood. There are people older than I can lead Liberia just as good as Joe Walker. Ain't no joke about it. They don't call me, but don't know in meetings they calling all the Liberians too, because that's what they did in America before TPS came around. They call Liberians to talk about Liberia. They ain't gonna call me. They ain't gonna call me because they don't want people like us who have strong links in America with American people to take over our country again. That's why they destroyed Toba and destroy our country and want us to be submissive to these indigenous criminals. We can't. Jesus Christ will not allow it. A man cannot depose what Jesus Christ has proposed. Aluta! Continua. We cannot leave Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf out of this thing. She a part of it. Her warlords, her recycled criminals, her hand-picked baboon leading our country now are all on her head. She got to join the monkey ring. She can't escape it. She inside. Jello with inside. And she's to blame. Who to blame? Ma Ellen and George Weah. Let me take a break. Then I get into my second lesson. Y'all know as soldier, I ain't coming here to waste time and lie to y'all and tell y'all, oh, let's forgive Ma Ellen. Let's do this and let's do that. Ma Ellen is guilty. She's a criminal of the highest. What can I say? I've been having problems with my service coming on this program. It looks like I'm using too much graphic. Anyway, I ain't got time for this. Let me get into my second lesson. Not my fault, people. This thing can't handle my graphics and what I do here. So sometimes I get into this hitchy thing and they're not supposed to be that way. So let me just get straight in my lesson, okay? My second point, Liberia's coalition parties, political parties, and 2023 election. Where are we going with this? Where are we going with this? The same confusion that is in our country is present within the opposition party, the coalition party, of 4 parties together. There is trouble in their midst. Why? Because there's distrust, total distrust. And I told you, Alec Cummings is not a people to trust. He come for Ellen Johnson stock. They come pretending that they're innocent, that they're lawyer, that they're patriotic, and they got their own deceitful practices that break our system down. Because when you come to find out what they're doing, it's intended for their own purposes. And the kind of strategy they're using is diversive. It will not help the whole group. And this is why Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf failed. And this is why Alec Cummings will fail too. Because you cannot come to lead the Liberian people all the time with deceptive practices. And I knew one of the same ones that been going on since Hector was a pup. Then you come back and bring the same practices. in our midst. How will all those things change? It can't change. So here we are again with the same practices of Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf in the CPP. Why they lost and be in trouble with the electoral processes in other places? Because Ellen Cummings went and put the party's candidates plus independent candidates running for the same party in the same position. So what happened? Where Phoebe Henry is supposed to get all the votes, got 3-4 independent candidates running from the CPP, Ellen Cummings camp, Benani Euro camp against the main candidate. In the thing with this main candidate competing. So all the votes for CPP gets divided. And Phoebe Henry loses. Because the way, first of all, he was elected was not according to party principles. Ellen Cummings just filled him in without consulting with other people. So here we are again. The leadership hopefuls of the Republic of Liberia cannot be trusted. Benani Euro can't be trusted. Ellen Cummings can't be trusted. Who the next one? Who is from that party? Ellen Cummings, Benani Euro, and Borka can't be trusted. Who the fourth one they had there? I don't even know who the fourth one. Can't be trusted. The government can't be trusted. Liberian people do not trust our leaders. Our leaders have demonstrated time again that they can't be trusted. Ellen Cummings is a snitch. Benani is a snitch. Walker is a snitch. He just old and sleepy. And people think he's the leadership for Liberia. Yeah, he may get there, but the tribal thing will still be there. The one party trying to take over. See, you people were there before. You all know how they behave. How will old monkey or old dog learn new tricks? They don't. So we're coming back with Borka with the same tribalism. Now Lofa coming to take over, and the Lofa people coming to be running around like they buck wild crazy. Our country can be ruled like that. All these people have been recycled time and time again. We need new blood. We need new leaders. I'm scared of going back to Borka and Benani Euro and ANC with Cummings and this fucking man over here, this other fucking criminal over here, and his mom up there. How long will be here with these criminals? And you expect people to come to Liberia and work with you? People who want to maintain their integrity and decency and believing in the laws and prospects of justice in our country. Who won't come to work with your fucking people and your criminals in the other party? You can't trust none of these people. America, you handpicked one of these people for us. What we have an election for? Our presidents are not selected from Liberia anyway. So you're just coming and select a president, man. Let's get this Mungo Jungle Bumpy nation on the road. If we're going to steal, let's just steal everything and let America keep sending the money. But I'm tired of playing games with you stupid people. I'm tired. You all are rogues in the essence. We can't trust nobody in our country. And I'm tired. I'm joining you, none of you. You're all our rogues and criminals until new blood is brought in our country. You are the same people that are recycled criminals, warlords, economic rogues, the Charles Bright, what the other one name? Emmanuel Shaw, all these rogues just coming back, and stealing from our country, acting like the leaders and love our country. You useless people. since I can't mess with my thing, let me just go to lesson 3. So go rest myself today. Because I just can't hear from my children. My thing can't even come up. Let it come up. No, it will soon come up. Sooner or later. Uh-oh. The graphics I use on the thing too heavy. I think I gotta go back to using those old screens and things. Look, it just came out. Elements of Liberia's evil turn against each other as usual. Steve from Steve makes God laugh. That's Liberia tradition. You can't change it. You can't dodge it. You can't throw it away. You can't break it down. That's our tradition. We've been like that from time immemorial. Since Totman time, Totman told us and taught us for 27 years that Steve from Steve makes God laugh. That's the song we sang on the Totman. Then you expect our lives to change. Everybody today, majority of the people today are from Totman time. Nobody in Liberia now beyond Totman time, maybe 1 or 2 people in America. But most of the people in Liberia, if the indigenous people, they don't know too much about Barclay and all the people time. All of them know Totman time. So all of us are elements of the Totman regime. And we are displaying the same things that have been the practices in Liberia since Totman time. Nothing changed. The recycling of the politicians, the one that's burn and blow, you chop, I chop, is still going on today. Look at all the people stealing. Nobody accounting for it. Why? You chop, I chop. When it's time for you to chop, you chop. I will not say nothing. When my time come there, you better not open your mouth. And this is what we living on from Totman time. Chop, I chop. 2, steal from steal, make God laugh. These are all the corruption to keep us silent. When people rob the coffers of our country, everything is stealing. You chop, I chop. Steal from steal, make God laugh. Then the worst of all, that even impacts the privacy of our society. Trust and don't pay. So all of us, you can't trust Liberian people. They borrow money from you, you ain't getting it back. You ain't getting it back. You know how many? I don't give people money. I don't lend people money. You come to ask me for money, I give you what I think is my share. You go look for the rest of it, but I can't give you all that amount. Because nobody does it to me. You know? And we gotta understand what goes around comes around. If you don't pay your debts, if you're credit and don't have no intention of paying, you ain't getting money from me. When you come to me, you get my share. I will not deny you, but I'm not giving you everything. I will give you what I think I should give you, and you go to the rest of the family or the rest of your friends and find the other one. But I will not loan people money. You know how much money I've lost in Rhode Island alone? And some of it, I just do it to help people get on their feet. I loan them money. I say, when you pay me, maybe I will tell you pay me a $200 extra, $300 extra. But how are you going to pay me? And they don't even support and fulfill that. And I ain't running behind you for money. So when I loan people money, if they pay me back, yes. But usually if I loan people money, Liberian people money, I have no expectation of it coming back. If I loan you the full amount, it's because I won't give it to you. I don't care whether it come back or not. But I can't run behind you for money. Because my society is a society that trusts and don't pay. And if you know Liberian society, you know that that is a practice or habit that has been ingrained in Liberian people. That today, Liberian people will trust your money and don't pay you. So when I give out money, I don't expect it back. That's why I give you my share. Because I don't want none, I don't want it back. I don't want you to pay me it back. That's my family share. You come to me for money, you my good friend, I give you my share. you go look for the rest. And that's the way it gotta be. Until people learn that when you take people's property, you gotta be respectful, accountable, and repay their money. Truthful to your words. If you're not truthful to your words, you don't deserve my money. If you're not truthful to your words in government, you deserve to be removed and flogged in jail. People can't just steal our money, and that's why flocking is essential. Everybody don't want to hear the word flocking. But some stringent measures got to be taken against people who are government officials and steal our money. When you know why they're flocking you before you go to court, you got your chance to fight your case to the fullest in court. But woe unto you if a jury or your peers or the judge sitting alone in judgment of you declares that you are a criminal. You stole from the Liberian people and you must go to jail. Then we ask them, how many lashes? They got to tell all your lashes. And you get it. You will get it. Our country cannot continue to be to breed rogues and criminals in our society. Liberia must change. We can change it. We got to get rid of the elements of evil in our country as they turn against each other and point each other out because they're stealing and can't stand the unfair division of the money or the loot, or one man one take it all and one be a baboon and have the other people monkey, and they expose their dealings because they're mad with each other. We must talk nuclear is because steal from steal make all laugh. When you steal from each other, it will be exposed. And when they be exposed, the people will know and God will laugh. Because that's the essence of life. And that's what we learn from Tottenham. All these things we learn from Tottenham. Chop, you chop, I chop. Trust and don't pay. Steal from steal, make all laugh. Everything comes from 27 years of Tottenham presidency, illegal presidency over the Republic of Liberia. One man cannot run a country as a president for 27 years. That is massive stealing, corruption, and deception of the society you lead. My young children, my lesson is done for the day. My 3 topics I touch on are inherent to the survival of our country. We have bred rogues since Tottenham. Our country was not like this before Tottenham. Everybody had 2 terms. First it started with 1 term, then we went to 2 terms. And everybody abide by that rule until Tottenham. When we got to Tottenham started changing things. He got rid of Barclay illegally, trickery, and took over the presidency and jailed Barclay, all his boys. Then he changed. He had the help of Ben Freeman, my grandfather. That's the only reason why Tottenham lasted 27 years. Because Ben Freeman brought all the indigenous people and told them that they should be loyal to Tottenham. Go and read Liberia Past and Present by Richardson. You will learn about all those things about Ben Freeman and what he did for Liberia. They didn't talk too much about my grandfather because Tottenham tried to bury him. But Richardson talked about him. And his speech there, bringing the indigenous people and turning them over to Tottenham and telling them that Tottenham was a man, is in that book. And from that, when they poisoned my grandfather, who they thought wanted to bring the indigenous, Tottenham made that plan up. Told people that Ben Freeman was bringing the indigenous people to take over like Monrovia and Liberia. And the people got afraid, turned against my grandfather and poisoned him. Now, after 27 years of deceiving our people, our country is a nation of deceitful leaders and wicked people. And we can only change this by getting rid of this leadership and bringing in a new breed of leaders. Not boycott, not Benani Ure, Not ANC Cummings who did sit for Jerry, the rest of them. And definitely not the fucking preacher or anybody from his group. I hear Joel Howard planning to run again. This recircling of the same old people. George Weah girlfriend, she slept with George Weah. Now she's gonna form her own group to run for presidency again. How long will we keep these same people? We need new breed in our society. The Weah, the Ellen, all of them gotta go with the Jewel Taylor. All of them, these are rogues in our country and destroyers of our societies and communities. And the time for the Liberian people is now. It's now. You need new leaders who have not destroyed our country, who have not betrayed our people, who has not served in the government of Liberia since Hector was a pup. What does Joseph Boyka have to bring to the Liberian presidency except what he learned from Tubman too? Joseph Boyka ain't got nothing new to bring to the presidency of Liberia. When he go there, his same tribal relatives will start ruling the government again, just like George Weah, this dummy, relatives and cousin ruling the government now. Boyka has nothing to bring to the Liberian government to change our mentality, to increase our inspirations and our spiritual group. Boyka is an element of the Tubman era, and he has nothing like Ellen Johnson-Sirleaf to bring to us but Tubman era material. And Johnny Commander J.R. Galpohkpa Chesson, West African Republic of Liberia is done. My class is over. I'm out of here. Have a good day. I don't want to even want to end.